Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम महापुराण की जय। जय निताय गौर Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to the Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are doing Canto 3, Chapter 21, Text 19. So please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, please repeat after me. Text 19. Satam Birajamarkabham Shita Padmot Palastrajam Snigdhani Lala Kabrata Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram Satam Birajamarkabham Shita Padmot Palastrajam Snigdhani Lalaka Brata Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram Satam Birajamarkabham Shita Padmot Palastrajam Snigdhani Lalaka Brata Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram. Prabhuji, please. Satam Birajamarkabham Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram. Satam Birajamarkabham Satam Birajamarkabham Sita Padmot Palasrajam Sita Padmot Palasrajam Snigdhani Lalaka Brata Snigdhani Lalaka Brata Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram. Satam Birajamarkabham Sita Padmot Palasrajam Snigdhani Lalaka Brata Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram. Mataji, please. Satam Birajamarkabham Shita Padmot Palasrajam Snigdhali Lalaka Brata Bhaktrabjam Birajombaram Satam Virajamarkavam Sita Padmotpalastrajam Snigdha Leelalaka Brata Bhaktrabjam Virajambaram. Okay, word for word translation. Saha, that Kardam Muni, Tam, him, Virajam, without contamination, Arka Abham, effulgent like the sun, Shita, white, Padma, lotuses, Utpala, water lilies, Srajam, garland, Snigdha, slick, Neela, blackish blue, Alaka, of locks of hair, Brata, and abundance. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki. Bhaktra, face, Abjam, lotus-like, Virajaha, spotless, Ambaram, clothing. Okay, translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Kardam Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is free from material contamination. In his eternal form, effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. The Lord was clad in spotless yellow silk, and his lotus face was fringed with sleek dark locks of curly hair. Very beautiful translation. Okay, we'll try to discuss in this translation only. So we'll do Mangalacharan. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurube Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Ditam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakham Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Tushe Namaha Vansha kalpataru vescha kripa sindhu vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, welcome back again this morning, Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll go through the translation once again. Translation. Kardam Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is free from material contamination, in his eternal form, effulgent like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. The Lord was clad in spotless yellow silk, and his lotus face was fringed with the sleek dark locks of curly hairs. Very beautiful description of Supreme Personality of Godhead. What vision Kardam Muni saw about Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very beautiful description is given here. So before beginning my class, so I would like to say, personally I don't see myself having qualification to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, especially in front of all of you superior Vaishnavas. So I don't have no qualification. I have no qualification to speak. We still I'm trying with my trying to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam in front of you. So my mood is not to teach you. Rather, my mood is to speak few words that I've been learning from pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, that I've been learning from superior Vaishnavas, so that I could please you. So with that mood, I would like to begin today's class, today's discussion. Here we read in few verses back, like Kardama Muni, when he was given order by Brahma, his father, for increasing population, he was given order by Brahmaji. And when he got the order from his father, Lord Brahma, what did Kardama Muni do? Kardama Muni did austerities and penances, yoga, meditation yoga he did. 10,000 years, for 10,000 years, he did meditation yoga with devotion. It is mentioned in few verses back. And he did for 10,000 years. And he purified himself. And he became so competent, he became so pure, he became so spotless, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, he became pleased with his devotion. He became pleased with his meditation. And Supreme Personality of Godhead came in front of Kardama Muni to give him his personal darshan, to give him his Sakshat darshan. Supreme Personality of Godhead came in front of Kardama Muni. And that is the description given here about Supreme Personality of Godhead. What Kardama Muni saw when he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki jai. Kardama Muni saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his eternal form. He falls in like the sun, wearing a garland of white lotuses and water lilies. The Lord was clad in spotless yellow silk, and his lotus face was fringed with sleek dark locks of curly hairs. This all the description Kardama Muni saw. This all the description, this nectar, this honey Kardama Muni drank when he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, we can find the description of Supreme Personality of Godhead. We can find about the loving dealings, loving actions between Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees. We can find the pastimes of the devotees. We can find the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And we can also find the beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like given here. We can find the beauty of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why is this given here? This is given here so that we could become attracted. We could become attracted after hearing all the beautiful forms of Supreme Personality of Godhead. When we hear about the beautiful forms of Supreme Personality of Godhead, when we hear about the loving actions between Supreme Personality of Godhead and his devotees, that purifies us. After coming into this material world, somehow or other, we have come into this material world, we have accepted this material body, we have become contaminated. We have not only accepted this material body, we have accepted this material body and we are thinking ourselves to be this material body. We are superior energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Material energy means inferior energy. Material energy means dead matter. Or this body is nothing, just the combination of the dead matter. Just the combination of the dead matter. But spiritual spark, that is not the dead matter. That is the living spiritual spark. That is the consciousness. We are that consciousness. We are that spiritual spark. Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. We are the eternal servant of Krishna. We are the eternal servant of Shri Radha Gopinath. But somehow or other, by our misfortune, by our wrong choice, we have come into this material world. We have accepted this material body to be ourselves. And we are doing this, we are doing that, we are doing the different kinds of karma to satisfy ourselves. When someone is in the bodily conception of life, how can he become happy? He can become happy only by gratifying his senses. If someone is in the bodily conception of life, he can become happy only by gratifying his senses. Sense gratification is the only way to become happy if someone is in the bodily conception of life. Similarly, we are in the bodily conception of life. We are thinking this dead matter, this body, to be ourselves. And we are doing different endeavors. We are doing this, we are doing that, this, everything we are doing to satisfy our senses. And we are being baffled only. We are not getting the real pleasure. We are not getting the real happiness. We are not getting the real bliss that we have been looking for. After coming into this material world, that's all what we are facing, or that's all what we are going through. We have got these eyes. What do we use these eyes for? We use these eyes to see the material beauty. If someone is male, in the male body, he uses his eyes to see the beauty of the women. And if someone is in the female body, she uses her eyes to see the beauty of the man. So this is all happening in this material world. This is not the proper utilization of the eyes, actually. This is not the proper utilization of eyes. That's what we are utilizing for our eyes for. And what we, for what purpose we are utilizing our ears? We are utilizing our ears to hear the mundane topics, to hear the mundane affairs, to hear the mundane songs, and to hear the mundane literatures and mundane stories. And we have got this tongue. So for what purpose we are utilizing our tongue? We are utilizing our tongue to taste the food that is abominable only, that has not been offered to Krishna. That has not been offered to Krishna. And all the abominable foods we are tasting with our tongues. This is our position, actually. This is the contamination. This is the contamination. But what is bhakti? What is bhakti? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha shevanam bhaktir uchyate. Shevanam bhaktir uttama. That is bhakti, actually. But are we doing bhakti? No, we are not doing bhakti. Rishikena rishikesha shrevanam bhaktir uchyate. Rishikena means senses. All our senses has to be utilized. For what? Rishikena rishikesha shevanam. For the seva, for the service of the Rishikesh, for the service of Sri Bhagavan, for the service of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, we have to utilize our senses. That's the bhakti. And after coming into this material world, we are not doing bhakti, and we are entangling ourselves. We are entangling ourselves. But what is the perfect position of our eyes? Perfect position of our eyes is to see the beautiful form of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Perfect position of our eyes is to see the beautiful, charming face of the devotee of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. What is the perfect position for our ears? Perfect position for our ears is to hear the glories of the Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Is to hear the glories of the devotees of the Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Perfect position of our tongue. What is the perfect position of our tongue? Perfect position of our tongue is not to taste the abominable food, rather to taste the food that has been offered to Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. We have to take prasad. That is the perfect position of our tongue. And we have to chant the holy name of the Lord. Chant the holy name of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. We just chanted the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's the perfect position of our tongue, actually. And what is the perfect position of our hands? We have to utilize our hands in cleansing the temples. Mandira Marjanam. Shringaratana Mandira Marjanam Nabjo. We have to use our hands to cleanse the temples. We have to use our hands in the service of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. That is the perfect position. That's our perfect position. And actually that's our original position, actually. That's how we were. But somehow or other we have forgotten ourselves. Somehow or other we have forgotten our relationship with Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. And instead of using our eyes to see the beautiful form of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, we are using our eyes to see the material beauty. And instead of utilizing our tongue to taste the prasad given by Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, we are utilizing our tongue to taste all the abominable foods. And instead of utilizing our ears to hear the glories of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath and glories of devotees of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath, we are utilizing our ears to hear all the mundane topics. To hear the mundane topics. And we are entangling ourselves. We are entangling ourselves again and again. That's our position. That's our position. That means we are kind of sleep. We are kind of in a position of sleep. We have forgotten our relationship with Supreme Person. We have forgotten our relationship with Sri Sri Radha Gopinath. We have forgotten ourselves. who we are, we have forgotten ourselves. That means we are in the position of sleep. That's why Shri Radha Gopinath, in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, comes. And what does he say? Jiva jago, gaura chanda bole, kata nidra jamaya, pishachira kole. He says, my dear friends, jivas, please wake up, please wake up. Why are you sleeping in the lap of Maya? Ugly witch lap of Maya. Like that Gaurachand is saying. And Gaurachand says, I'm your real well-wisher, I'm your real friend. And you are sleeping? Don't worry. I have brought medicine for you. I have brought medicine for you. And what is that medicine? Harinam Mahamantra. That is the medicine. Harinam Mahamantra, that's the medicine. That's why we have to be eager to chant the holy name. We have to be eager to taste that medicine so that we could become awake. Otherwise we will be sleeping. So we have to be eager to chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. So actually this, everything is arrangement to wake us up. Mahaprabhu is coming and giving the holy name. And this, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the description of the beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like in this translation, we are reading the beauty of the description of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why is that given? That is given to wake us up. We all are sleeping, we all have forgotten ourselves, we all have forgotten our relationship with Gopinath. But to wake us up, to revive our relationship with Gopinath, this everything is given here. So we have to take benefit of this. By the grace of Srila Prabhupada, by the grace of all our previous acharyas, by great fortune, we have got this Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should take it seriously. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. We have to hear Harikatha every day. We have to read Srimad Bhagavatam every day. We have to hear Srimad Bhagavad Katha every day. That way we can wake us up. Otherwise we will be sleeping. So yeah, and other thing is, description of Supreme Personality of Godhead is given here. And other purpose is so that we could also become eager to see the face of Supreme Personality of Godhead. In our material conception of life, in our ignorant position, we are not very eager to see the beauty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We are not very eager to see the beauty of Gopinath. In fact, we are very eager to see the beauty of the opposite sex and the mundane things. But this, all the description is given so that we could become very, very eager. We could wake up from our sleeping condition and we could become eager to see the beauty of Gopinath. To see the beauty of the Gopinath. Actually, Gopinath is very, very beautiful. We have to hear about Shri Radha Gopinath. We have to hear about the glories of the Supreme Person, Sri Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, from the pure devotees of Krishna only. When we hear about the glory of the Sri Bhagavan from pure devotees, we develop that, we develop that attraction that cleanses us. That cleanses us. When we hear about glories of Supreme Person, that cleanses our contaminated condition, and that kind of gives us the taste to hear more and more. Gives us the taste to hear more and more, and to know about Krishna more and more. That gives us the taste. That's why we should hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. And when we hear that, we become eager to see Supreme Person. We become eager to hear more and more, more and more. That way we can purify ourselves, and one day we can see the Supreme Person, like Kardam Muni is seeing here. There are so many examples of the devotees who are very, very eager to see the Supreme Bhagavan, Sri Bhagavan, Sri Radha Gopinath. Very, very eager to see. There is one famous example, that is Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev was almost at the end of his life. Almost at the end of his life, he was lying in the dead bed, which is made of arrow. Lying in the dead bed of arrow, he was lying there. But at that time, he was very, very eager to see the face of Krishna. He says, Iti mati rupakal pitavi trishna bhagavati satvata pungave vibhumni shashukhama pugate kvachit bihartum prakriti mupeyushi yad bhava pravaha. He says like that. Actually, there is also mercy of Krishna hidden behind that. What happens is, when Kurukshetra battle is finished, Krishna, the Pandavas team, they win. And Krishna settles all the matters. and Krishna is about to leave for Dwaraka. But Krishna understands the mood of Bhishmadev. Bhishmadev is in the last stage of his life. Bhishmadev is also great devotee of Krishna, great devotee of Gopinath. And he is in the last stage of his life, and he is thinking, I wish I could take the darshan of Krishna at the last stage of my life. Krishna understands that mood of Bhishmadev. And he creates such a situation that King Yudhishthir, he starts to become frustrated. He starts to become frustrated. Because of me, so many people killed, so many infants killed, so many soldiers killed because of me. Like that, he starts to become frustrated. And everyone tries to pacify King Yudhishthir in his kingdom. All the great sages come, all the great elders, they all come and try to pacify King Yudhishthir. But no one could pacify. Why? There is the motive of Krishna behind that. Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. If Krishna wants to kill someone, he has to be killed. No one can save him. But if Krishna wants to save someone, no one can kill him. Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. In this context also, Krishna is wanting King Yudhishthira to become frustrated. Krishna is wanting King Yudhishthira not to be pacified by anyone. And Krishna himself goes and tries to pacify King Yudhishthira there. He himself tries to pacify King Yudhishthira. From externally, he is trying to pacify King Yudhishthira, but internally, he is saying, don't become pacified. Internally, as a Paramatma, he is living in the heart of King Yudhishthira, and he is saying, don't become pacified. That's the Leela of Krishna. And King Yudhishthira doesn't become pacified, and at last what happens? Situation comes like, now you are not, Krishna says, now you are not being pacified by anyone. Now you have to go and hear from Bhishmadev. Now you have to go to Bhishmadev and hear from him. And then only you can become pacified. Krishna says that, and King Yudhishthira agrees. Actually, that's the mercy of Krishna. If devotee is very, very eager to see Krishna, Krishna will somehow or other arrange the situation like that, where devotee's desire will be fulfilled. But condition is, we have to have intense desire, just like Bhishmadev. In his last stage, he is lying in the dead bed of the arrows. He is in a so painful condition, but he is still thinking about Krishna. I wish I could see Krishna once. Like that he is saying. He has the intense greed, intense desire. And to fulfill that greed, to fulfill that desire, Krishna goes to the Kurukshetra, where Bhishmadev is lying in the deathbed of the arrows. Krishna goes there, and it is mentioned, I heard from Gurudev also, when when the team of the Krishna Pandavas, they all reached to the Kurukshetra, Krishna saw the Bhishmadev. When Krishna saw the Bhishmadev, all the pains of Bhishmadev become vanquished. That's how glorious the vision of Krishna is. We can hear in the Kaliya Daman Leela also. When all the friends of the Krishnas and all the cows and the cowherd boyfriends of Krishna, they all drank the poisonous water of the Yamuna, they became unconscious. It is mentioned they died. But Krishna soured his nectarian glance. It is mentioned in the translation like that. Krishna soured his nectarian glance to the cows and cowherd boys, and they became alive. So that's how glorious vision of Krishna is actually. So we should also be very, very eager to come to temple and to get the vision of Shri Radha Gopinath. We don't have qualified to see Shri Radha Gopinath. At least they can see us. That's why we should be very, very eager. If by chance we get that kind of nectarian glance, we get that kind of merciful glance, all our contamination, all our material contamination, everything will be purified. Everything will be purified. And we'll start to develop more and more love, more and more attraction for Shri Radha Gopinath. We should be very, very eager. So coming back to the story, when Krishna sees or Krishna sours his merciful glance, merciful loving glance at the Bhishmadev, all the pains is vanquished. And Bhishmadev gives the instruction to Yudhishthira Maharaj, this reason, for this reason, you shouldn't be frustrated. Whatever happened, everything is behind that, everything is hand of Krishna. So whatever happened, everything is right. So you shouldn't be frustrated. Like that, Bhishmadev gives instruction to Yudhishthira Maharaj, and he becomes pacified. And after giving instruction, Bhishmadev is saying, Itimati rupakal Trishna Bhagavati Satvata Pungabe Vibhumni Shashubhamu Pagate Kvachit Bihartum Prakriti Mupe Yushayad Bhava Pravaha. Vishwadev saying to Krishna. He says to Krishna first. He says to Krishna, Vasudev, you don't move now. You just sit there. You just sit there. I want to see you. I want to see you. I'm going to leave my body now. I want to see you. Like that Vishwadev is saying. Itimati rupakal pitabi trishna. Itimati rupakal. Mati. What is mati? Mati means our thinking, feeling and willing. All our mati. All our thinking, feeling and willing. Vishwadev is saying, Itimati rupakal pitabi trishna. Bitrishna means without material desires. Without material desires. Itimati rupakal pita bitrishna bhagavati satvata pungave bhumni. Bhagavati satvata pungave. Bhagavati means Bhagavan. Gopinath. Sri Krishna. Satvata pungave means leader of the devotees. Krishna is actually leader of the devotees. Krishna is leader of the devotees, savior of the devotees, lover of the devotees. Vishwadev is saying, my dear Krishna, for my whole life, I have been engaging my mind, I have been engaging my mati, thinking, feeling and willing in the political affairs. But now, my dear Krishna, you have come here at the last stage of my life. I want to focus my mati, I want to focus my mind in seeing your beautiful face, my dear Krishna. Like that, Vishwadev is saying. Shashukhamum pagate kochit bihartum prakriti mupe yushiyad bhava pravaha. And he's saying to Krishna, my dear Krishna, at last stage of my life, at least I want to see you. I want to focus my mati in you. And you are that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shashukhamu pagate kochit bihartum. Sosukhamu pagate, for your self-satisfaction, for your pleasure, Sosukhamu pagate, kvachit bihartum, kvachit, sometimes bihartum, come into this material world. Prakriti mupe yushi yad bhava pravaha. Even the material natures, even the material world is coming from you only, generated from you only. My dear Krishna, you are that Supreme Personality of Godhead, from whom this all the material creation is generated. You are that transcendental Supreme Bhagavan, from whom this material world is created. But sometimes, kvachit, sometimes for your own pleasure, you come into this material world, bihartum, to show your pastimes, to exchange your loving affairs with your devotees, out of your mercy, to show your pastimes to the material world, you come into this material world, my dear Krishna. Now at the end of my life, I want to focus my mind in you. I want to focus my mati in you, my dear Krishna. So please kindly stand there, like that Bhishmadev is saying. And next verse, Bhishmadev says, Tribhuvana kamanam tamal baranam ravikara gora barambaram dadhane. Tribhuvana kamanam tamal baranam. Krishna is, how is Krishna? Tribhuvana kamanam. Kamana means, kamana word is coming from kamana. What is kamana? Kamana means desire. Desire. And Tribhuvana kamanam means Tribhuvan. All the three planetary systems, upper planetary systems, middle planetary systems and lower planetary systems. Everyone desire you, my dear Krishna. Vishwadev is saying, Tribhuvana kamanam. Tamala varanam. Tamal tree is bluish black. And Vishwadev is saying to Krishna, your body is also just like the bluish black. You are so beautiful. Everyone desires you, my dear Krishna. Actually, that's true. Everyone desires Krishna. Everyone loves Krishna. All the materialistic people, they all are engaging in the materialistic affair. They all are engaging in the sense gratification. As I already said, someone is in the body of the man, he is seeing the beauty of the women. And someone is in the body of the women, she is seeing the beauty of the man. And they all are engaging in the sense gratification. Actually, that is also the expression of love of Krishna, but in the perverted form. In the pure form, everyone wants to see the beauty of Krishna. Everyone wants to see the beauty of Krishna. Everyone wants to hear the nectar of the holy name of Krishna. Otherwise, we can see the pastimes when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was walking through the Jharkhand forest. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Mahaprabhu was chanting and dancing and walking in the forest. And there are all the wild animals, all the tigers, lions, snakes, even snakes also coming, elephants, all the animals. They are also coming and chanting with Mahaprabhu, dancing with Mahaprabhu. That means everyone loves Krishna. Everyone loves Krishna only. Someone directly loves Krishna, someone indirectly loves Krishna. That's the difference. But everyone loves Krishna. Everyone loves Krishna. And everyone wants to hear about Krishna only. Actually, our heart, after coming into this material world, our heart has become so empty. Our heart is become so dried up, so empty. So that dried up, so our dry heart and that empty heart, that can be only pacified, that can be only filled by the love of Krishna only, by the exchange of Krishna only, by the merciful glance of Gopinath only, by hearing the katha of Gopinath only. That can only fulfill our agitated mind, agitated heart, empty and dry heart. Only Gopinath can fulfill that. No one else. That's why Krishna is called all attractive. Tribhuvana kamanam tamala baranam ravi karagora barambaram dadhane. Like that Bhishma Devi is saying, just like in this translation we are reading, Supreme Personality was in his eternal form. He was wearing the water lilies garland and he was putting the yellow dhoti. Like that Bhishma Devi is also saying, Ravi kara gaura barambaram dadhane. Ravi kara gaura barambaram dadhane. Just like the Ravi, just like the sun rays. Just like the sun rays. Ravi kara gaura barambaram dadhane. Barambaram means he is wearing the dhoti. He is wearing the pitambar. Just like the yellowish glittering sun rays. Just like Bhishma Devi is describing the beauty of Krishna in these verses, in these two verses. So that's the example of how devotees were eager to see the beauty of Krishna. How devotees were eager to see the beauty of Sri Bhagavan. Same way we can see Srila Haridas Thakur, Namasara Srila Haridas Thakur. He was also very, very eager to see the face of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the end of his life. He was sick, he was already old, he was sick and he was weak also. And Mahaprabhu one time came to see him. And Mahaprabhu is asking to Haridas Thakur, are you okay? And Haridas Thakur is saying, and somehow or other, I know now your pastime is going to over. But my dear Lord, I don't want to see you ending your pastimes, my dear Lord. I don't want to see you ending your pastimes. Before you end your pastimes, I want to end my pastimes, my dear Lord. Like that Haridas Thakur is saying. And next day, same thing happens. Mahaprabhu comes there and Haridas Thakur is about to leave his body. And what does Haridas Thakur do? Haridas Thakur takes the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu in his chest and is looking at the moon like it is mentioned, he was taking the taking the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu in his chest and looking at the moon-like face of Mahaprabhu. Looking at the moon-like face of Mahaprabhu and chanting the name, Gauranga, Gauranga! Like that Haridas Thakur was chanting. So that's how eager devotees were to see Krishna. That's how eager devotees were to see Krishna. So these all things is given in the Shastras, Puranas, Vedic literatures. This all thing is given. Why? To attract us, to wake us up, so that one day we would also become so much eager to see the beauty of Gopinath. So that one day we cannot live without seeing the beauty of Krishna. So that's the perfection of life. So that one day we can reach that perfection of life. For that purpose only, these all things are given in the Shastras about the beauty of Krishna, about the loving dealings between Krishna and his devotees. So with that, I would like to end here. Today I will not take any questions. We need to do some cleaning. So, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki, Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai.